beneath the sunlit skies of endless gold, where falcons rise and stories unfold, in sands that whisper secrets to the wind, lives a heart where deep emotions begin. He walks with pride, yet carries grace, desert prince with a timeless face, eyes like dusk, rich with dreams, and silence that speaks more than it seems. He stands where legacy and fate entwine, in the hush of dunes, a sacred sign. Not born of noise, but of noble breath, of verses carved beyond life and death. Every glance, a canvas brushed in light, every word, a thunderstorm in night. Not just a ruler with velvet might, but a poet who dances with stars in flight. O Faza, rider of the stormy plain, your soul is wrapped in joy and pain, where gallops echo ancient lore, and your pen becomes a lion's roar. The ink you spill ignites the air, tales of longing too wild to bear. You write of eyes that steal the moon, of love that blooms yet ends too soon. Who is she, the muse that stirred your flame? A whisper lost without a name. Does she walk beneath your crescent moon, in purple veils and floral tune? Did her silence strike your crown, or her presence bring kingdoms down? Did her smile cut through time's embrace, or vanish like stars without a trace? You looked beyond the jewels and throne, chose verses and walked alone. With every breath, a longing hums, for a gaze that neither flees nor comes. A face so soft, it haunts the air, an untold truth in a poet's stare. Perhaps she's carved in unseen stone, a mirror of a self unknown. The world may never know her name, yet feel her pulse in your acclaim. Was it love or was it fate that wrapped your heart in woven weight? Was she a rose behind the veil, or a mirage beyond the desert trail? You speak of her, yet not aloud, a mystery hidden in the crowd. The sky turns red in twilight's hush, your falcon flies through desert's blush, and with it go your deepest thoughts, your battles fought and lessons taught. Each poem carries a scent, a flame, a shadow dancing without a name. Did you trade the crown for ink and dust, to write of hearts and broken trust? For what is power without soul's release, without love's fire or quiet peace? In royal robes you gently hide, the ache of oceans kept inside. You do not cry before the men, but poetry bleeds again and again. In silence loud your verses ring, of queens that left without a ring. Perhaps you saw her in a dream, by rivers deep, beside a stream. Perhaps you touched a life so vast, that time itself could never last. Was she a whisper on your wrist, or the flame behind the mist? Did she leave her name in your heart, only to tear your world apart? And yet you rise, with soul intact, each line you pen a sacred pact, to not forget the eyes once known, even if you're left alone. Your falcons fly, your horses run, you face the stars, defy the sun. But in your words, she breathes anew, a hidden love the world never knew. You write not just for sake of rhyme, but to fold memories into time. Beneath the crescent moon I rode again, where the desert sands recall the names we gave them, where every grain still remembers the touch of your footsteps, and the winds whisper secrets too sacred for speech. The falcons flew above me like thoughts unchained, each feather slicing the dusk with the freedom we once vowed, and the horses, restless in their reins, felt the pulse of a memory galloping through time. I searched not for you in shadows, but in the light you left behind, the fragrance that lingers on unspoken promises, in the silence between prayers and the breath between songs. For you were not a passing tale, but the ink of destiny itself. In the oasis of solitude I drank from the water of longing, and each drop mirrored your eyes, reflecting not the past, but what could have been if the stars had been kinder. You were a sky unmarked by time, a dawn I could never outrun, and though the sun rose behind me, its warmth was always yours before it reached me. I etched your name into the wind with verses of fire, hoping it would ignite the cold in your silence. And when no echo returned, I carved it into stone, so that time itself may kneel before its endurance. You were more than a vision. You were the compass that led every journey, the stillness that steadied every storm. Even when the tides of fate pulled the shores apart, I stood like a lantern on the dunes, unwavering, lit not by flame but by the memory of your voice. I rode past the mountains that once heard our laughter, and even they seemed muted, blanketed in dust of waiting, their peaks reaching skyward like hands in prayer, begging the heavens to return what was once their joy. The camels bowed their necks as if in mourning, and the stars, those loyal watchers of love, dimmed, so they would not mock the absence in my eyes. I spoke to the silence, and it answered in your tone, gentle, elusive, echoing through the canyon of my soul. Each echo a tether, pulling me deeper into the maze of memories spun like gold by a heart that still hopes. I saw your shadow in the reflection of the dunes, dancing as if time could be rewound by desire. But when I reached, the horizon moved farther, and I realized, you were never a place I could arrive at. You were the journey itself, written in stardust and wind. The falcon returns not for the cage, but for the hand that fed it. Yet here I wait, with open palm and empty sky, because love is not possession, it is persistence. It is waking each dawn with a name held in silence, and laying down each night hoping the stars heard it. The Bedouins sing your name still in their fireside tales, mistaking your story for legend, not knowing I carry it in my chest like a second heartbeat. No scar marks its place, but it bleeds every time I smile. You were not meant for the ordinary. You were the desert's lullaby, the horse's thunder, the unbroken gaze between two souls who spoke, in languages not written, but felt between sighs. And though the caravan has long